Welcome to House Education, April 9th. The committee continues its discussion on S-232. This is the library bill that we are looking at. We have a guest from Vermont After School this afternoon. And since much of this bill deals with after school and libraries, looking forward to your testimony. Welcome, Nicole. If you'd introduce yourself, and we're ready to listen.
Absolutely. Good afternoon, everyone. For those I haven't had the chance to meet yet, my name is Nicole Miller. I'm the Executive Director here at Vermont After School. And I'll start by sharing a little bit about our organization and then talk about our support for this bill. So Vermont After School is a nonprofit organization that works to strengthen after school and summer programs, to empower youth, and to expand access so that any child or youth in Vermont who wants to attend an after school or summer program can do so. Our organization works directly with all types of after school and summer programs to provide professional development, tools, resources, and more. And that includes programs such as childcare programs, schools, public libraries, parks and recreation programs, YMCAs, museums, teen centers, the whole gamut. And so I'm also a member of the After School and Summer Advisory Committee created through Act 78. Vermont After School is in full support of this bill, and we're really grateful for all the work and effort to find a compromise that happened on the Senate side. Libraries are a well-known community resource, and as this bill's funding share, have long been a part of the after-school and summer programming options in Vermont's communities. I ran a program in the Hardwick area for over a decade through our school system, and our community libraries were huge partners that helped us provide a full year of after-school and summer programming, and so I'm a huge champ. We really think that this amendment or that this version of the bill does several things. It does clarify the eligibility a little bit to make it really explicit and clear that libraries and other entities are able to apply. It updates the After School and Summer Advisory Committee's membership, which we're in full support of as well. It also tasks the After School and Summer Advisory Committee to annually solicit public input on the grant program, and provides an opportunity to ensure that smaller community-based organizations, especially in those in more rural parts of the state, including our most rural public libraries, are able to apply for these funds. And so we generally believe that this bill supports the intent of the After School and Summer Special Fund, and it is in line with the goals of establishing universal after-school and summer programs, regardless of where young people might live and any other factors. And so we're just really here to say that we support the bill. We'd love for it to move forward, and to also express support for House Education for all of your work over the years on after-school and summer programming, and certainly am happy to answer any questions you all might have.
Thank you very much, Nicole. In your work, I think one of the main issue of the bill, I wouldn't say with the bill, of the bill is just the perceived challenge in applying for funding from the after school fund. Is that something you can comment on in terms of its challenges or perceived challenges?
Sure. From time to time, I have heard from some of the smaller programs in the state that they don't feel like they can apply for the funds, or they don't have the capacity to. And certainly our role as Vermont After School is to really spread the word about the opportunities. So we do that through our e-newsletter and through many other ways. And so we try to stress to anyone that we might talk with that they are eligible for the grant program, and that they should take a look at it, that they should contact the Agency of Education to receive some technical assistance and application processes. But from time to time, I have heard from some programs that it has been a concern.
In your experience running a program for 10 years in Hardwick, you said you had a lot of partnerships with libraries. I'm just curious, did money flow to the libraries for their partnership through those?
In our grant program, in our example, they did not. And so they were volunteer, opportunities that allowed us to stretch our grant dollars as far as we could. And so they provided those services for free. I know that's not always the case across the state. That was just our dynamic in the program that I ran.
Great. Thank you. It's curious just to know, because that you're the second person to talk about libraries partnering, but actually not receiving anything for that partnership. other than a hearty thank you and a feeling of goodwill.
Yeah.
All right, committee, other questions? Representative Long?
Just following up on that question, when a grant is applied for with partners in it, is that stated clearly that they're just volunteer partners? How do they fit into the partnership of a grant that you're writing?
That's a really great question. I will say, so when I ran a program, which was almost a decade ago at this point, it was a 21st Century Community Learning Centers grant. And so in that application, we did not have to list whether they were volunteer or not. I can't speak explicitly for the Act 78 grant, whether there are programs that are identifying whether that money is flowing or not. I'm not sure because I don't look at those applications myself.
Okay, thank you.
Fair to say that in the world of applying for after-school grant program grants, that partnerships are actually looked at very positively in that. But yeah, so libraries,
Absolutely.
I assume, not only would, let's say, a school district want to have a library be part of it, that for what they provide, but that's also looked on favorably.
Absolutely. I think it is part of I heard Johannes's testimony from yesterday, mentioning the after school and summer, I'm going to forget the exact name of the report, the Universal After School Legislative Committee that was formed right before or right after the tax dollars were set aside. So I know in that report, as well as in the agency's application now, that there is a strong emphasis on making sure that there are community partners. From my experience as a program director, we couldn't have done our work without partners of all sorts of sizes and makeups. Those were really critical for our organization.
Any other questions from the committee? Great. Thank you for weighing in, I assume, a second time. I assume Moses said the same thing in the Senate. Anyway, very much appreciated.
Thank you so much. Take care, you all.
Committee thus concludes our work for the day. We will be back on the floor tomorrow. And then before we will probably be watching me. So you all will probably be watching me presenting to appropriations, and then those who follow me at appropriations to sort of review what we've done, hear their questions, and then they're going to take up the Ways and Means work next Tuesday. But I'm going to present, then Legislative Council is going to present, and then I assume there will be questions.
Right after the floor.
Right after the floor. 10:45.
10:47.